How can we link it to real life? Give us a life example of
So you mean
all the
actually-
nice things.
You mean actually executing reality, right? So I just use an example. I think that's always the best thing to talk about. What we've done and how we actually put that into to real life. So and I know you're hearing a lot of that anyway here with the testimonies from our customers. But one particular that's very dear to me is where we use the private cloud hybrid approach for a customer to transform them, and as a very large manufacturing customer of ours. When we started that journey about 3 years ago with that customer, they had about 70,000 old legacy TDM ports, mainly Europe. And they came to us and said, help us transform. We need to really, we want to expand globally. We need to really embrace IP. Now, we're talking about SIP in the meantime, right? At that point, there was discussion just from TDM to IP. So we sat with them. We created the vision and the roadmap we talked about. We also created a global architecture footprint on which they want to build on. So basically almost using a zero-based budgeting approach. People that know finance know what that means. Is instead of the standard way to build on, you take your last year's budget and you improve that and that's how you keep running. We said, no, you build from scratch. So you have your TDM running, that's fine, you don't need to rip and replace, but we built your infrastructure footprint from scratch as we want it to be, scalable, and flexible for the future. And then on that, we basically transformed. We added global IP trunks. We're now at 175,000 IP ports for that customer. And we're migrating to SIP. We've added E911 applications, and you heard a lot about that today on Breeze and Sang and the things you could do. At that time, obviously, we did a custom application now, which still took, at that time, to develop maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks. Now it takes hours probably to do that and deploy maybe in a couple of hours on a global infrastructure like that. So we've deployed E911 we are deploying contact center for them as well. They have about 50 to 100 individual contact centers around the globe where they service the different products that they're manufacturing. And it's just we continue to innovate. We have innovation workshops with them and continue to add application. All of that, by the way, is consumed as a service from that customer directly with us. So it's a real fantastic life example of